This is Dion Gorey with Bellwood Farms, wrapping up our very first year of business. We started the season in collaboration with Windy City Harvest at their Legends Farm site, where we grew crops both for our community and for wholesale. Our year began with tending to the land, rejuvenating the site, and learning the rhythm of the space. We pulled back tarps, exposed and cultivated the soil underneath, and laid down fresh compost in topsoil for the seeds and transplants that would become the backbone of our season. We wheelbarrowed countless pounds of compost into our new beds in Bronzeville, load after load, day after day. The days were long, wet, and windy. We stayed persistent, we kept our staples close, kept our tarps down, and kept moving forward. That's farming. With hands on deck, we filled the space with our first transplants: collards, kale, onions, and Swiss chard. As water access opened for spring, we laid down our irrigation system, making sure our plants would have what they needed to establish strong roots. Weed pressure was a challenge, but we stayed consistent, laying tarps wherever we saw fit, solarizing the ground, suppressing weeds, and prepping space for new seeds and new transplants. And along the way, people stopped by the site: neighbors, volunteers, visitors, bringing joy, encouragement, and energy. Those moments kept us going. It's the small things that make the journey worthwhile. As summer came in, days were hot, humid, and long, but we stayed cool, hydrated, and focused. Watching our crops mature and seeing the field transform gave us the motivation to push harder, to match the pace of our crops. Preparing for wholesale was a whole learning curve on its own. We relied on volunteers, friends, and community members who were willing to give their time, put their boots on the ground, and get their hands in the soil. That teamwork made everything possible. While our crops grew, our business grew too. We started building our brand, business cards, QR codes, our website, developing our presence just as steadily as we nurtured our fields. Give things what they need and they will grow. That was true for our crops, and it was true for Bellwood Farms. This year, we built partnerships with local farmers and our fellow incubator growers: Sister Sprig, Soda Farms, What's Growing On, and so many others who kept us grounded and supported. Thanks to the strength of this community, we were able to fill more than half of our site with transplants we purchased, were given, or donated by local farmers, gardeners, and plant lovers across Chicago. By July and August, peak season, we were able to sell multiple wholesale cases and build a strong relationship with Windy City Harvest. Through that process, we learned so much about logistics, planning, post-harvest handling, and the systems required to move produce from the field into people's hands. And through it all, the work never stopped. The plants kept growing, the weed pressure stayed real, the smells got funky, and the hustle stayed alive. At the same time, we launched our farm stands, starting in late July, and used them to give directly to the community, offering produce and giving mutual aid food to families who needed it. We brought not only veggies, but also value-added goods, juices, breads, which the community responded to with real excitement. That first farm stand gave us a surge of momentum, and we kept going 5 more times throughout the season. Family, friends, and community members showed up every time. The tables were colorful, abundant, and full of life. The produce kept growing, and so did the conversations, the connections, and the joy. Sharing food, health, and community. Those were our proudest moments. As the season began to wind down, we harvested everything we could. Even though many crops kept growing, closing up the site and preparing it for the next season became the goal. Laying the groundwork so we could come back strong next year. Our final farm stand of the season wrapped things up beautifully, and packing down the site closed a chapter on our first year. We're grateful for the support, the partnerships, the customers, the volunteers, the neighbors, and everyone who believes in what Bellwood Farms is building. This year was only the beginning. We grew food, we grew relationships, and we grew a vision that's bigger than us. Look out for Bellwood Farms on social media, in your neighborhoods, and in the community as we continue to build, learn, and serve. We appreciate you more than you know. See you next season.